What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC from Phoenix, Arizona, the first event on free ESPN that happened this past or yesterday, Sunday. That recap. Also, I'll do a real quick recap of the main event of the Bellator. I think it's 216 that happened on Saturday. So first up, I made 6 picks and I got 5 out of 6. Good night for me. Okay, let's get into it first. This was a great night of fights. Even the prelims were good. This was a great night of fights. So if you didn't see it, please check it out. They're doing replays and everything. So let's get into it real quick. First pick, I did only the main event. 6 fights in the main event. The first pick I chose Andre. Worst nickname ever, Touchy Feely. I don't even like saying it, Touchy. Andre Feely got the unanimous decision over Miles Fury Jury, and he basically just jabbed the mess out of him. He had the longer arms. That jab was quick. It drew blood. Jury, you can make a case, won the second round. He actually got his. He actually stunned Feely, got him on the ground, down some ground and pound and all of that. So you can make a case that he won that second round, but Andre won the first and the third. He busted him up in that first round, and Miles drew blood on him too. It was a good fight. It was back and forth, but again, I thought that Andre clearly won. Good fight for him. Who do you think he should fight next? Next up, I got this pick as well. I chose, okay. So I believe it was fight of the night. I didn't even have to look to see. Barely got this pick. This was a great fight. I chose Vicente Luque to beat Bam Bam Barberena, and he did, but he almost did not. So he won the first round. He just got on top of him. He was just simply sharper. He was just putting a 1-2 combination. I want to say stunning him. It would stun a regular person. Hitting him with 2 pieces directly to the face, unblocked, hard shots. And Brian was like, I'm just going to use my face as my defense. And kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going, kick to the face, kept going. It wasn't doing anything. I mean, Vicente was unloading on him, landing serious combinations that would drop a regular human being, and Brian was just taking them all to the face. So Vicente won that first round, but I think he realized, I'm probably not going to knock this guy with my hands. I'm going to have to recalibrate, keep my cardio together. This is going to be a long night. All right, so round number 2, Brian comes in and he wins round number 2. Brian comes in, he ups his output because again, Vicente I think he had a lull in his cardio because he had such an output in that first round. So and he was trying to figure out what to do because the punch to the face weren't doing it. So he's guarding himself a lot, taking shots, trying to land some big shot, coming back, trying to go to the body now. Now he's going to the body because again, the head's not working while Brian is just tatting him up. And a lot of the shots weren't hard. They were smoke screens. You don't know where the hard shot's coming from. He would tat, 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 boom, tat, 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 clap. And he would stun Vicente, stunned him hard actually, dropped Vicente actually, like low, dropped Vicente. Thought the fight actually might be over. He goes to the ground. Vicente snatches up the neck, has him in a neck crank. I'm like, it's not in. Then it gets in. He's got it underneath the chin. I'm like, oh, no. Brian spins out of it, like neck twerk, spins out of it, and he's out. They're back up. This is on the second round. They're going back. Brian's coming back. Shots. Come back. Shots. Coming back. Vicente goes to the body with the knee finally. Boom. Drops Brian towards the end of the round. Round ends. Burn. Third round. Coming back. More of the same. Brian's good. He's figured it out. He's got his second win. And he's not even trying to block shots. Again, throughout all of this, Vicente is still clocking him with shots to the face. And it doesn't matter. Brian is walking through these shots. Meanwhile, landing his own, tatting him up, pushing the pace, walking forward. He's got Vicente on the back. I'm like, Vicente's losing. He's losing this fight. He's lost the second round, and he is losing this third round. We are down to like 4 minutes, and about 4 minutes, Vicente starts to push forward. He starts to sit down on his punches bit, move forward. He's taking shots, but he's moving forward. Now he's got the momentum. He's kind of moving forward, pushing Barberena back. He goes down to the knees. First one, here, grabs the head, clinch, first knee, hits the face, kind of stuns him a little bit, but it's the second knee, all face, drops Brian Barberena. He starts clocking him to the face, and the ref stops the fight. Good stoppage. He wins with about 6 seconds left, and the crowd goes wild. Incredible fight. Please go check it out. Incredible win for Vicente. Who would you like to see him fight next? They talked to Brian too because his stock rose up too because he's like a zombie basically. Who would you like to see him fight next anyway? Okay, so I got that pick. Next up, I'm probably gonna go out of order. I'm not quite sure. But this is the pick I did not get. I chose Alex Caceres, Bruce Leroy, to beat the debut of Mr. Kron Gracie. And I was wrong. I thought he was Hitter's son. He's Hickson's son. So I was wrong. Kron might be that guy. We've been waiting to see another fantastic Gracie. Let's just see. First round. They're kind of getting into it, trying to fill each other out a bit. Kron even said, I just need one takedown. I just need to get my hands on him once. So he's trying to get inside. He's throwing a couple punches. He actually clocks Bruce Leroy with a punch. Gets inside, pushes him up against the cage, immediately has one hook in, and he's halfway around Bruce Leroy's back. Now he takes the hook that's already in his right leg. He goes over Bruce Leroy's right leg, takes his right leg, goes underneath Bruce Leroy's left knee. Then he takes his arm, his other leg, and at the very same time, he wraps his other leg around while he's turning his body, and he kicks the knee out and gets him onto the ground and has his back. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Has his back, rear naked choke in like a couple of seconds afterwards. It was over. Tap, tap. Amazing debut for Mr. Kron Gracie. Amazing technique we just saw there. Let's see. I'm excited. Let me know. I'm excited. Who do you think is next for Mr. Kron Gracie? He said he wants somebody higher up, baby. He said he wants to throw me into the fire. All right. Next up, I got this pick as well, although even I'm kind of, I chose Cynthia Calvillo to beat Courtney Casey. She did, but let me know if it was a split decision. I don't remember. I was, I do these no edits, no on the fly. Let me know if it was a split decision, but she did win. She basically outpointed her. Now, the first round, I do think she won the first round. She completely outpointed Courtney. Although it took a while for her to find her range. Courtney's a lot taller, a lot longer, so it took a minute for her to how to get inside. But I think she just simply outworked Courtney in that first round. Courtney had her moments, but again, I believe the first round went to Cynthia. Second round went to Courtney. She started with the kick. She started to tear apart Cynthia's lead leg, and that kind of stopped Cynthia's movement and made her hesitant, and it made Courtney able to get her momentum, start working her game plan. And there were times where she clocked Cynthia. The second round went to Courtney, and the third round was so close, y'all. I've watched it more than once. You could have gave it to Courtney, I think. So it could have been a draw also. This is one of those fights where I would have been happy with a draw. I will say that. But let me know what you thought. They gave it to Cynthia. Let me know what you thought. Who do you think Cynthia Calvillo should fight next? That one was a close one. Now, co-main event, and I got this pick as well. I chose Paul Felder to beat, I always want to call him Mike Swick, James Vick. And it was a unanimous decision. He won the first and the third round, I believe. You could say that, you might even outpointed him out through all three rounds, but that's what it was. He outpointed him throughout the rounds. He was first. He hit harder. He was pressing the pace. He landed the cleaner shots. James, he was using that range. He was trying to work at it, but Paul's really good at just kind of like, I can take a shot, so I'm going to go through your range, and I'm going to come back, and Paul hits harder. He's just simply more powerful. So James would land a shot. Paul would land a shot, but it was harder. James would land a kick, Paul would land a kick, but it was harder. And then there was a couple of takedowns as well, so I totally agree with the victory. I believe Paul might have hurt his foot. He was limping. Someone let me know if Paul Felder is okay. Even afterwards, he said, I don't know, you guys. Let my body heal and see how I feel. So, he's just coming off, I believe, a broken arm. So I hope he's not injured again. Let me know the information, the updates on Paul Felder and who you think he should fight next. Now, main event. And I got this pick. I took a risk. I chose Mr. Francis Ngannou to beat the return of Mr. Cain Velasquez. And he did in a way that I want to say none of us expected. But when you look at it, it's like, okay, so unfortunately. So first round, it ended in the first round in about 26 seconds. So Cain throws a couple kicks out there, and I was like, okay, that's good. Yeah, get your range out, take your time, keep the big man away from you. So I liked that. Throws a couple kicks out there. Francis is like, I can take kicks. Let me go in there. I'm trying to hit you. He comes in with a two-piece that both slides off, nothing clean. There wasn't really too many clean punches to Cain ducks under it. He's trying to get a handle on him. He has him up against the cage. Francis hits Cain Velasquez with a short uppercut, and it's the cleanest shot he hits him with in the entire fight, and it lands. It knocks his head back, and you can see it. Watch the replay. However, so he hits him with that short uppercut. Clack. Now, I have to see Cain's eyes to know if it was like a flash knockout, if it really stunned him, if it made his leg go out, if it made his leg weak. And because he's had injuries before and all of that, the leg, his knee hyperextended the way it like kind of came out. And you saw it in his face. As soon as it happened, he was like, oh, fuck, or something like that. You saw it in his face. I was like, oh no, he hurt his knee. And at first I didn't see that short uppercut. And I was like, oh no, this just ended because Cain got injured again. So the leg gives out on the ground. Francis comes down with some big shots. Again, they don't really hit cleanly except for like the last one or two. And this is Francis. You know this is done. Ref stops the fight. Good stoppage now. So again, when this initially happened, I thought this was simply the leg giving out. But upon replays and people slowing it down, and you see when that the leg gives out, I think because of that short uppercut. He hits him with that uppercut, poof, and but then when it gave out in the wrong way. And that type of pain was going to wake you up. And he was like, oh, fuck. And you see what I'm saying? It kind of both happened at the same time. I can't blame this victory on Cain's leg giving out. Simply, he got injured. He was also hit with the short uppercut. And we know from Francis, he can generate quite a bit of power in small distances. So, and the leg or the head knocks back, leg gives out. So I can't say that it was just Cain's leg. I think his leg got wobbly because he got stunned, and then the knee gave out with the wobbliness, and that's what I think happened. But if he doesn't get punched in the face with that short uppercut, I don't think that happens. You see what I'm saying? So I think this is Francis's win. This is his win, y'all. He says he wants DC next, and why shouldn't he call for DC? Should he go back against Stipe? Stipe wants DC. What's going on with Stipe? So who knows what's going to happen? DC said, of course, he wants the Brock Lesnar fight, but he said he would consider fighting Francis. So let me know what you think should be next for Francis Ngannou. Now, Cain Velasquez. In my prediction video, y'all know I kind of went at him kind of hard. I was like, the best ability is availability. And the fact that he stays injured and doesn't fight very often makes it hard for me to call him the GOAT, the greatest heavyweight. And then here we have again, let's just see what happens. I hope that he is not injured. I hope it's something mild. Someone let me know any updates. I hope Cain's able to come back, or even if he does decide to retire, who knows, but just not be injured again. I'm just kind of tired of seeing him injured. So let me know the updates on Cain Velasquez and what you think should be next for his career and all of that. Now, real quick, Bellator. I think it was in like North Carolina or something like that. Either way, it was in the States and not like in England. And I don't understand why. Bellator, you got Viacom money, you can do it. And I believe it sold out. It was still a big fight here. But in England, come on. The main event was MVP versus Paul Daly. I just don't understand why it wasn't over there. So MVP won this fight. I did watch it, although I have a hard time finding it. I mean, Spike TV or whoever, was it pay-per-view? Someone let me know what it was. It was hard to find good feed. But it was a unanimous decision in favor of MVP. And after all, like years of all that smack talk, I do think it probably was a little womp. MVP outpointed him. Paul had his moment, especially when he took him down, where he stunned him, where he seemed to be able to out-wrestle MVP kind of easily. MVP, of course, is awkward and all that on the feet, but he's going to have to work on that, on his grappling, his wrestling. And this is the welterweight division, I believe, where the champ is, I believe, still Rory McDonald, and that's not going to cut it for MVP. I think that was really what I learned from that fight, was that MVP, they say you've just been kind of fighting some lower talented people to make your name. You're going to prove us wrong. And that fight didn't do it. So who should be next for MVP? And so let me know how you did on all your picks throughout the entire weekend. There was a lot of fights going on. Also Bellator on Friday, where we saw Matt Mitrione kick the other guy in the balls so badly the fight was stopped. All right. And so let me know how you did. Crow Cop and Nelson fought. It was uneventful. Let me know how you did on all your picks, any injury updates on everything. We saw a lot of issues, a lot of controversy on that UFC event, and again, on all Bellator fights as well. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I will have 15-second predictions and recap videos. I'm on Snapchat now. Subscribe, like, talk to me, take care. Goodbye.